loyal because you are royalty to me. It's a choice that I made. This bond never breaks. My queen, you appeal to me. Be there for me, baby, don't you heed it from me. Believe me, I'm falling for you. I love you non-stop, baby. Woman, I love you non-stop, non-stop, baby. Miss me, love you non-stop. I love you non-stop, baby. Oh, woman, I love you non-stop, non-stop, baby. Miss me, love you non-stop, yeah. Sometimes I put you pampers and you put me pampers too. Ooh, yeah. And sometimes I put you pan rewind and you put me pan rewind too. Yeah, yeah. But we never breaking up because it's taking us a million days to be here. Let you just strengthen us when times I get serious. Come link panicking, never afraid. Oh no. Be there for me, and baby, don't you heed it from me. Believe me, I'm falling for you. I love you non-stop, baby. Yeah. Woman, I love you non-stop, non-stop, baby. No, me say me love you non-stop. Said I love you non-stop, baby. Ooh, yes. Woman, I love you non-stop, non-stop, baby. Now I want me say me love you non-stop. Beautiful, 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 my queen. You are, you are, you are the best thing that ever happened to me. Ever, ever, yeah, yeah. I love you non-stop, baby. Me say me love you non-stop, non-stop, baby. Yeah. Me say me love you non-stop, yeah. Check it out, you don't know it's out now, non-stop.
The voice of the reigning artist of the year, Stump. No one say could you can atnase so cresa for atnase but before be she come as ankasa we no bem sense be me no bi ampese atifi onom say tell so my memra studio na me mejo my dwinche kojo any secrets. This particular story here says salaries of wives should be paid into their husbands' account. Helen Paul. Popular Nigerian comedian Helen Paul has suggested that women's salaries should be paid directly to their spouse's bank account. Now, the comedian made the suggestion in an Instagram post recently soliciting the opinions of other women on the issue. She wrote, quote, "I think women's salaries should be paid directly to their husband's bank account. My fellow women, what do you think?" Emano, say na modrin. And my meaning of Hanum say, unfortunately, or back home when man be do so. My Musa man, so get microphone or Hanum says, answer now, could you microphone? Wa Helen Pora say, we are okay. We are member, but yeah, okay, Senator said, Ebeya or baby, or any country or age may be no, Naketia near Tia, young Fankoku, Bermano account him.
Was it me first say, oh, dear, grow. The normal year.
Is it because of a comedian?
And because of a comedian. Once the social media there, sometimes so to when in can. Ultimate can be generating conversation.
Okay.
That's one of the benefits of social media. Say, oh, you're bored, we will feel new kasa. You can go write something and it will generate a conversation, it will engage you. Because me sure say, so I go school.
Yeah.
Or I go school, or you'll be a comedian is a very smart person. When you're smart, you can be you can be a comedian. So sometimes things like this now, you should see say he's not being serious. He's not being serious.
But Odi no ton chance be officer now fast no ankasa.
Asem na ankasa me fa kwesi me mfa because enya dia me who said American no.
But I say ucheche because
the fact that you are married to somebody no doesn't make you a slave master. The person no enye slave.
Now
anyway,
you tubia I say the waketia e de kwa kogu e bia ukunu account man no ma oya akwa slave.
In the sense, yes. Because kwesi se wo koye adwuma na ye diska no ebre me a ni ye betua me ka one either you are my slave and you are my
onyame yere
me chese enipa bia me kan aware krampo in but me kan
by situation no metinya kan ba situation
because me ya me de be kwa aware ni okay enti ne se me ne wo se wakoye adwuma na me makoye adwuma ni ye diska no ebre wo ye be sign me ho ne ye diska na brewa either say oye me ye wakoa anase me ye adwuma ma wo me no wa sign contract wo na wasuma me say me nkoye adwuma no. That's it. But aside that, there is no basis legally, morally, spiritually, whatever. I was a me koye adwuma ye this kind of bro. No, it doesn't happen.
So me fan say Obana say or a minor only a be a majority or attaining majority. Na so ye adwuma van say be Abigail. Can ma me be a trustee nti o ye adwuma bia e be scan be.
You use the word trustee. Inti obehwe so amma no.
Does that mean yes?
No, there's some connection, legal connection be. Okay. Or yeah, inti sika no enye ne ma me ne dia o. Sika no enye ne ma me ne dia. Ye tua kwara no. But say oye man no ni 18 inti no. Emra ne kire say.
But we see am bank account mu anka say sika no ye be ma ne dia.
A bank account ne hwan dia.
Be ma no dia but the
so no ba ne dia.
The first akwa no does that make it?
Kwezi.
Yeah.
Obema no. A bank account aso emrebia bra oba so benya bank account ana emrebia emra in the moment you even bring in the bank account it floors the conversation no. I understand say it's for conversation purpose ye kan e bia
but e bi koso
en me kan say ye kan e bia na obema bi so dwen saa
enye say e bi koso
oba no na eti ase yenye ne saa
so oti ase I'm saying say bia e bi koso
but we oba no ti we ase ani sebi impreduasa sebio impreduasa me madwen mu no wadwen mu
no but I'm saying say kogu na account ma just one thing kogu account e bi kra yes kogu account but does that make bear money dia
it makes it bear money dia your bear man account it makes it bear money dia a Bearman account. It makes it Bearman there.
Oh.
Yeah. The owner of the account is the owner of whatever is in it. And you know, you go Bearman account more. Where the work me asembi, you have my friend you ayalolo. Na you a car park bi wo ho. Trotro station. The taxi phone be bring on battery nye. Inti enumre be 6 a rush hour no. Amanfo betene mu a ne ya frɛ ne ye be pia car no me da bia mpese me pia driver side no sani a ye pia na agi so a driver ne be ma ye bibi nti o de hye me mensa ne mache nti strategically da bia mpese me pia driver side sani a me magi scan ne mache nti obi o ha sa adwen no de nyin nti da bia na siska ne ba wo ba ne kra o ye adwuma na siska ne ba bibia be ba ne ho no ache because of that megalomaniac tendencies ni woni mu into bia o hye na si bia na so ba na si bibia no say ono no control kwesi yare
Mamema kojuki mrem na Whitney and so atena se oni oba na mebisa no mema ka se wi a membusa kojo se say no ono so hu no asem a Helen Paul kan say ebeya e ma no bebi edui mo woni ukun ti honum sin a wo ye adwuma sika na abenya na nkogu be man account mu yeah kojo ma minti o
yeah you wait here for ne position as a comedian no e maninya ne ho fedi kakra because do na be fa ne say odi agro but aside say bi odi agro no e yasem e na odi ato na wa amoa yen isan say ono de to no obusa amanfo address what do you think cause me my reason so me feel say e bi e mema bra omo bre omo use chop money omo hwefie omo ye we intino yen famfamu embo omo a then you wait me I think along the lines but me the assembly gina hono mo a and I'm share net current situation here it doesn't work for me say oba akoye nadwuma na obeka say emfa obema account mu because as I say oba no aware obema no ono so one individual responsible o say so oba so ware be o aware dey nyese ma betis ka aware nyina ye ware ye ka so oba aware a on ti ase nyanu na me I know a different conversation no ma be ware odie nanso me as oba no me so me wo me responsibilities me wo abusua me wo ma me anso me ho esese niam bi wo ametimi atama me ho a ense me bebusa wo be ma no now say begu account no ma na say me hia bibia akoto enwi bi a na say me ba bebusa ana say me nya access wo ko iska na ansana o dem say e wo mu na we ye signatory to the account wa metimi akọ anytime akọ yi bidia many problem.
I don't think so from the way I work on a joint account was
exactly.
And your joint account, see Bearman account, your husband's account.
Exactly.
So husband account can be a joint account.
It is no sad it wouldn't make sense in any way. Say me to any be a friend me as oba say be here sika e de aye bibia. Na just mirror me mama here 2000 and son was sign check mama na me the account bank akwa yi there be emfa. It no yes let's say omra bi opese conversation mu da ho a omma yen ono so ni reasons a or the man make such a statement say yeah man si kan kogu account mu
but said the two shall be one anamwa
yes
ana
the two shall be one
yeah.
It no be man no so de betimi akogu oba no so account
but in this case I suggest the Bearman say oba enkogu oba no so yen stick it to new account
exactly and one my reason be it one where giant we giant dey say yen crack yard because everyone say say dey betimi adwuma na bia me wa broche na ma be family aba na bia onyanya entintim ye enti bia o yadwuma sika no ba begu me account but eno kra no eventually no and say ye o hye as I say be oba no mumu dwene se o me kunu esan ado a me do na me ye nti ase aye wonti no ye mane nkum but enye o hye and I think so no so anye o hye enti no busa question say na amanfo edwene de efa ho no
all right me da sikojo mama ma Whitney for microphone na me ntio sa asemi a Helen Paul kan oba e no de sensusu o se man mo dwene ho say nti wo ye oba o dwene ho say o se ebeya e man no mpene so mo ye adwuma yi a wo ye nyina ntinka akokko adwuma sika be nyina no na de ko na de akwakogu ku account senator asemi okay
anke say obi bi sense no de need egu ni ku account man
say mo pene so no account
Helen Paul is a woman
yeah
a woman
say mo pene so
there be pene so and I'm saying this on behalf of our baby because me who responses.
So what happens to the two shall be one ya de nyina
kwesi debi enye ejuma
media ya odia media
kwesi enye ejuma
2019 menye ejuma
kwesi na say na ye ejuma and I don't think it is different say ebia sa ware ni mu no prior to mo be ware no agreement anam wo say oba ni ye ejuma but I don't think per se oba bia be pene say ya mako school enya ware pay ejuma na make condition for me ba be ware ni say me ye ejuma me fa beto account mu In fact, we cry a condition for not marrying. We cry a condition for not marrying. Or baby ampany. Kwesi, money matters. Oh, jai. Where you're non-starter, I think Helen, there are times or recently a Hajia on the page, so a comic relief of how Hajia for a ton idea. I think that we one of the conversation starters are not per se or put it across, but we a non-starter, it won't happen.
I see. Well, so also I would no say na wadwen yo asemi a okay ususu say yes oba no ye adwuma aketua ne nkogu be ma no account mu ana ompene so ontie kura nya de abetwa ma no. Matesi say na ma former basis ya de omsu ye nti obia o. Say from Gen Z's. Nko so. Ya wa ha. Hey, why I say more? Me phone. Yeah, what's with me down on my door? Una bunu bibia. Mi show ne ma hu class. Inti on ma ti. Ni pa be ya si ba ku do. Ni pa radio just mi show ne ma hu case. Inti on ma ti. Ni pa be ya si ba ku do. Ni pa radio media. Yentio Vico, Ipa Bia Siba. Right. Charles Kajo for Suno, my uncle anywhere, Sabre no me and Saba Pansma, Edionomy and Entertainment Review, you may dear soon as you go your piece 1043. Now, young Koi, now you need community and fan twaso, TGM and Sensem. Na TGM, I Baba Sin Ko ye, I send back with P. And say, Ghana Yuntuni, Abayua, Kama, your friend Amari. Na abaye kwakwa yam se be mfie be mi enseni ne waya se afie bia na opese perform o TGM na mfa se Ghana Music Awards ya na kwakwa yobru ni kan se fiasco entimi mmaso bibi besi kia ke be 3 years dina do afie bia na se bibi aba si o obeti si o amare ka performance no obehe na enti ne ebesin ko ya memi na die ya nso no na womo a anyomtefo a wombe perform o stage na amare eka ho bi efi yawa TGM be baso a na niama ni nam social media so na amare na nkasa we used to din fountain baby ewo ye Twitter started tweety and X na nsem bi o kind no see TGM is I flew a team of 10 people ye ba be dis an komoyo ni ahwese Rabano no oduabu ana say the production team at Charterhouse organizers of TGM and Music Awards no omo so omo nyom ni amaye de ba sembe mfie ba mi ensani de bia amani ni re entimi perform so ensam no atwro ye no ye ba be di hu nkomo menkenkan bi mamo ne hu asem no background no say I flew a team of 10 people. My whole audio tech, visual and tour management team 12 hours straight from stage in Barcelona to Ghana. Got Primavera to change my performance date from June 1 to May 30. So I could travel to Ghana yesterday, May 31. Now, only to get to rehearsals at TGMA last night for their production manager to tell my engineers that not only did he not fulfill our technical rider request, which they asked for and we provided in April, and which we had been chasing up for weeks, but also that rehearsals are 3 hours behind. I didn't get a rehearsal last night. Asem wa waka nyina na se wa se don hwere edu e na chese wo tena play mu na sorry enye don hwere be edu sorry chese oni nipa be edu ne be dia ne oni nipa be edu e na chese wo mu tena play mu hwi nipa du ni audio tech for ka ho visual tour management team for 12 hours enti chese wo mu tena play mu don hwere edu mienu we cry now ateso dia bedu dumienu 12 hours na teso mo tena play mu efi Barcelona enom de bedu Ghana. In fact na show bi cry wo ye Primavera mo sesa ni date no na nka so obo June de kan enu nti no sheda mo mu yi ko ye May ne de toso aduasa 30th May sene be ya obetimi abo sa show no be wie na wakeka ho no aye toto ne niama na wetimi efri Spain Barcelona na wetimi aba bedu Ghana. One in Crawford Baby do Ghana. In fact, Casanini Nyemu was say, Niama will be here no the best performance, no. Bruni can a technical rider. And no crowd here, April Busumi Honum say, and one the side Yamanina, the command production team, Charterhouse, okay, Niama be here, I be agro stage soon. Na no crowns on her, one more tree, to say the piano mudio, which we saw him say, hey. Enyamano monsaka enyamano menya enyamano tesa kwako sisen o se anu se wo mo bre hwa wo mo ba bedu Ghana na tese so mo go straight to rehearsals ground hodum se bibia na event no be ekoso no enti wo mo kɔ so mo kɔ akɔyɛ rehearsals a eno si e mo tra sa. So to top it all off, their production manager was not picking my manager. Just say friend ni call kra mo frɛ kra mo mfa. Oma frɛ. So as a result, I have sadly had to pull out of performing at the TGM. I say senior na niam si kɔ no. Na say obetimi e de bebe to abonten say enya ade a obetimi ono amare obetimi a perform e wo ye dwumedi na se. Na be mfie be miensa. So for 3 years now, I've tried so hard to perform at the Ghana Music Awards. The CEO and my management have worked hard to make it happen, and finally we were able to align this year, only for my team to be completely ignored and frustrated by their production manager. Be mfie be miensa. And I just say, "Wama tutu niama se debia wo peso perform wo ye Ghana Music Awards ibo huna and niama ntimi keka sie ni afi an konfi se niama ntimi keka sie ni no no so production manager wo ye sa Charter House we frustrate o ma just say ntimi amba so Ghana, I love my country deeply, and irrespective of the pushback I've gotten from many in this country, I will represent and try to show love. But I don't want to lie to you guys. I believe in professionalism. And I brought my whole team, my whole tour team here as an investment in quality, because I wanted to put on the best possible and give you guys the same vim I've been giving all my international shows. But that will not be possible tonight, given the circumstance. We spent a lot of money to come here only to be incredibly disrespected by a Charter House production team. I rehosem. What say? Chese enyama odi gum. Chese watutu nyama yi anka nkoye se senia yehunu ewo international stage so perform no. Enka sa pepe na nko pese oba be ye TGM stage so afie TGM ye course miminde. But enyo no ne mfom so Charter House foi eno man tutu om nyama yi. And mama akwakoba ne sa fofi anto ata chese o ma akwakoye ne sa na otokoso etwero nsem ni bi kan wo say almost 30,000 in flight, $30,000 in flight, stage and red carpet outfit, crew and band salaries and accommodation band. Chese was sika wa hwere sika wa say plane ticket, red carpet in tadia wombe share ni crew banda wodi omo ba sika womo salaries womo jacket wa womo ji accommodation $30,000 ni na she kwa ashe kwa Charter House for that Roma amare no account kwajo amare no duebo ana Charter House for no duebo asemi because this is not the first time. We can say so no diabo ana Charter House no mu diabo
see how they say amare na kasanti medina ono ne kasa nko ade a that's on the diabo
but I think say if one so akasa
okay
because Charter House one so akasa there's actually a story I think says oni is it Hits FM 4 Kasai. I'll put a story then, but Oma Kabibia.
Yeah. Ena make us say on the able. Esan say senka ebi eniema ohia e woni technical rider mu no. Eye Charter House etimi ye ma no a anka obebo eye show no. Enti yente omonka no story ni so ma ni de make us say on the able. Esan say o hwe ye hanom no a most of the musicians no almost compromise it when it comes to almost strict on their technical riders. Ebi kwe ebi mu ho kro mu ni bi. Etini a odi ni be gina ba bia no abo no agine sika no akọ but eye amare no utie ne ho sensem a yeso obi ono otimi charter flight efa ne songwriters ne team nyina akọhye ba bi ekoye adwuma for several months. And one are very particular with saa niamania me say nye show no keke na obebo na mum output na ebe ba no and also can go a long way to affect ɛyɛ ne brand no enti obusa sɛ bi a moma no the technical rider a ɔbɛhwɛ ne stage plan ɛhemfa na ɛyɛ obiara bɛgyina microphones bɛsisi backers band no ɛbɛgyina wɔ he ne nyinaa sɛ ehia sɛ ɔhwɛ ne channel list equipment mekae Travis Green bɛbɔ show bi wɔ ha obusa sɛ a particular brand set bi band no yɛmfa brand set bi na ɛmra no so wɔanyɛ no a ɛnya deɛ a ɔbɛbɔ Asha ɛyɛ global citizens yɛwie yɛ set na ɔmo dismantle bibia push nneɛma ɛma ɔno nyaane a ɔsɛ sɛ onya no even cables ne microphones ne ade nyinaa nti sɛ ɔde to hɔ na ɔka sɛ April mu tɔn na ɔsɛn ɔne ɔmo nya ntawantawa ɛna ɔmo di akyira
ntawantawa nkitahodie
sorry nkitahodie sɛ nneɛma no matimi anya ɔmo follow up ato sɛ ɔmo buy some ba bɛyɛ rehearsal afei yɛfra yenya technical engineer no on fa course ne ade eti we mu de na some yede esan say asay hanom no some of them will compromise ebia me pewe oh ye nya we ye benya we ama but we na benya ma me no entimi ma me the output na me pe no
yeah
eti I will still insist say as say onya we ama me eno na ma ebi mo ha na te second promise yeah twetwe na efam yi say bia on the technical rider na bia yes straight in your penny no betimi anya ne opa because I no ye ball live man dey buy your money hard do say software ne equipment aba o ball live na obetimi abon it senior wo to CD ni so ado bena boy be gyina na otonwum a ball live obeka say bia ne na eda ma masa microphones ne channels ani ma ni na mu no it wotimi project closer to how tape no ebebo no editini nyina ka wo madwuma no ekoso enti we die me 40 amare na ne me ya ne se as wa bra wa try ya say opese perform this season no yehu say owo no na nyina ne age esan say oye one of our own and I think say the visibility so wa Ghana no en shada anye too big and ka we so ya another platformer ebetimi ama na connect to the Ghanaian audience na antimi anya da basono. I want to know the side of Chatterhouse. Say no antimi amiti the requirements no. And I say name man no obusa no so na bro ma ho oden so because obetimi abusa niam bia yen so ye hwe ye budget here ye di ye adwuma na ye ntimi enya sa niam ne ma na mo ntimi nya so a mo ma ne hu ye say niam we ya obusa die yentumi enya but we betumi enya alternatives be at the amount ema ne te ase ansa na all fly enipa tan yi e de oma ba hoka ababedu awi ansa na wantumi ayeden am perform no it is yetimi ti Chatterhouse so side of the story a ebebo ma conversation no agina yi but so far no amare say ne chance o man ntumi amiti ne standard na nuti ma ne pull out then me support no because very very important obegyina ho na oye bibi na anko yi a international thing obia beka so you didn't do well and as onye good performer but na bia niema bia wo here to aid your performance na and me aya but say artist nya betimi asua saade na I insist ya ebeboa ma omo performance no so abayi
mami ntie Whitney na Socrates nje last Whitney mami ntie nkomo am I ready?
See, me very curious to learn what Chatterhouse has to say because OTA conversation it was tweets. Well,
yeah.
OTA tweets na amare dia to hona. Me nya kakra say from April conversation komwe ko back and forth and obedu yansa. Oh hunyama we hone ya me na kakra and I feel say a very unlike Chatterhouse to be very unprofessional war modelings enti especially the fact say nipane onu omemu ha wasan di nkrofo edi nechi ni na ye sika I'm sure say back and forth, you know, there's ABS has been paid or something along the line. And for me, mom dear, before any judgment, and I am glad say or they explanation about out because every year after VGMAs no nkofo e can so ebisa no on ne Twitter feed so dabe na be perform wo on the platform and all that inti me mom there I am very curious to hear what Chatterhouse has to say.
I mean tie Socrates microphone
yes kwesi men so baby I mean you mo free men so meto aso free was I would love to hear Chatterhouse side because oba ko na be kasa the other one no o say wakasa but menti ni omaka but kwesi so obekaya is it 2 weeks ago you di san komo we wa about artists normal riders they contributed to their performance. Is it that producers of the events are not how do you call it, are not that serious in providing near omu artists ni bisa and I say artists ni so na any bibia ebe enhance your performance ye design command wo ha I'll still go by it say hand go hand come sometimes no we share the main performance na idea no here and the no person de kan ho na enhance o performance. And I remember I gave an example of first May ye program B Fist Ghana a conference center. Me kai pa se ye set up no. Ye kan niema ye pesi ye di shemu na de look good na performance ye yi. Kwesi ye da ho for 2 days. Ye set up ni bibia. The morning before the event no. Ene nsu kese bi toy. E bubu stage no ne niema ni nyina. LED so e o lighting o bibia ba form. Quickly no na say yetimi improvise na yeso so ano na ye but I bet you say ni yeso so ano de ye no the artists were able to perform the more by and so they enjoy themselves. So I sit back with this experience bebre ni maybe say enti sometimes no so na many bia ye yigire no chinchini si ye nya ni che say hwe ntimi nkoso no. Is it the case? Or sometimes we want to do a near maybe mano. I don't know how to explain that part. No? Well, Mami Fancy and say, you listen to Chatterhouse. What the lady was demanding. A drew baby no mumuano. Because once our attitude na or say offer programs manager na well omwano. Production no mwano. E real. Sometimes won ni our friend no ni answer bi o de be mani biom e bi ono so akopie pie from the bosses say mami we bisa we yo eniema we si we yekoto we yekope we afi omo nso na e bi omo so omo twen ma nti ko boss ni ho no ko bisa boss ni answer bi o be ma no asnobo na nso aka mfimfini nti nipa ne frɛ wa nso nim ni obeka no nso agye mu me hu bebre even ye twa film ni niema ya ho production managers ne prop for ne niama no omo ye da bia me producer no e bia me gina set ne sokrampo kapre ni me ho no abase o ba beji bi me say hey pe kwa obefa so obeye okwa director nso bisa actor ebisa no nso aka mfimfiri wanhwe ya no wadum ni phone kura hye.
Okay, so before I be bia senior munyina mo kan won pese mutie nia e bia Chatterhouse for akana ni omo kan ye omo side of the story netimi aboa e yankomodi no. So I'll put the story out there for you guys. Bramo can just want to draw attention to BB any etiefo nyina. I'm sure say making kind in some no amare in some na work no. Se mutie ni ye pa or can be about sika $30,000. So no I say sika $30,000 ni na shekwa.
Yeah,
that's one of the things I just want to draw attention because where you are you criticize the artists minim about Ghana for how am one of the persons I must say pass Ebana Ebi I'm fan say Ghana Music Awards I am impressed about
no craft
the performance stage everything I mean sarkodia and I'm sure say bia onwa so nisika kakra kom. And again, this performance, I mean, Stonebwoy, And no crowd be a member than my say be a make my dream power who saying. I'm sure King Stone Boy who become Nisika become King. So can you imagine the artist spent $30,000 on one Nisika just for the performance to turn out well. Empo, one of the
quick mpacho 30,000 or say of baby or spending on it mpacho.
It is there.
No, me just say
it is there. I'm saying it's there. When I read it, me kind maybe as went here, but
on a nipa 12 no they buy no.
Me just say it's there. Me kind, but maybe I went here so can meet me as an SCB.
Okay.
Or say on flight, accommodation,
good,
salaries for the band,
good,
and for the red carpet. Any other things that
come on. And no me pay emphasis on it. Say, okay. Is it going into the performance and the entourage or the bar? You know,
but
say two different.
But they're coming to play. Yeah. I mean, you will send that money.
No,
but for holiday.
No. The challenge now is for Charterhouse for our team and meeting. Technical and near maybe an open. That is what I want that separation. Say,
or no alleges or mean to me meet.
Or no alleges or mean to me meet. It is at 30,000 and yes, it can be a or they got to tour and near for the.
It's okay, but now okay, but I say, the person can be so great. Oh my, $30,000 on car say or baby holiday or baby for Ghana.
But Sikano baby or spending on say no submission no even on my part no me can a near man or more intimate meeting. Be a me pe white organ, me pe blue.
I know they say oh no kase. And no
but me pe white.
Let's take out flights in the pool. But the fact say in the course of April, between April, say April no kind, April and we are in 1 month, June. Nyama ubeye say ebia wato ebia onibia she's hide somebody. Sa nyama ni na no. Socrates because on also feel say this is the first time on a major platform
yeah.
All babe performing. Anything and everything to put in to make it a success, you know.
And the reason why we have to pay particular attention to our idea. And the secret can be, but and yeah, no media no se beka ho. And they say King Promise perform movie. The hype that went into it about King Promise performance this. At the end of the day, jacuzzi or swimming pool ni na ankusi agaye who performance ni truka. Yeah. Truka. For you know, there were some things I be crack King Promise cast okay.
Of course.
Ne sent me anka. And I so critique can be so. Send a yetimi anyama chinchini and that he gave an example about show bi omokwa na nsuo scatter anyama. And eventually, can you see any and on show the course, but it went on. So then you ask and say, "Oh, Bibi Subeka so, na ebia can promise me saying, and away nya, oh nya hey, yan show, and oh ye na dear near troka."
Soprano.
Yes, and I buy a chaboni for you know be crap, make us say me here saying. And mensanka.
And no one ye be chaboni because I don't know performing.
Of course.
In situations like this, Nukwesi. What do you look out for? What was the challenge with King Promise? It was the sound. And yes, pool.
It was not just the sound.
It was the sound.
It was not just the sound. It was the whole choreography of
choreography of
everything.
Everybody was complaining about swimming pool. No, Masa. Swimming pool, yeah, man. Swimming pool, no. You pool, no. Your person, the no. You so the no. Masa, but the challenge with your friend is saying, you know, the sound was horrible.
No, I'm just saying, sir.
Yes.
So, you know, there was something.
It was more than the swimming pool.
Every I've seen a particular microphone. You see that is that wireless microphone. You see, it's not.
Onupen no use here. Onupen no use.
For you know, be the sound. For you know,
no, obedience is sound.
And I said,
the problem is maybe with a sound check. And I say BB.
No.
So
because the sound was horrible. But apart from no.
Sound check. It is sound check.
You can't say See,
So
problem
what-
we
so
ni
the
bi
problem-
na eno bi
So
na
it-
say wo
I won't hear some. Nyame kyerɛ ne sɛ
simple.
amare sɛ was spending $30,000 ɛna ɔka about rider ho asɛm ɛna me wo bɛka sɛ oh me ɛyɛ nyame akyenkyene and that one time bi kura program bi a na nka mo kɔ akɔyɛ na nsuo bɛskata nneɛma no ɛna ɛno no eventually mo keka nneɛma sie ni ɛma show no kɔɔ so ɛyɛ kama
Yeah.
and that sometimes yɛyɛ bi nneɛma kyenkyene
Yeah.
ɛna me say yes wo deɛ bi asa na abɛhu no but wanyɛ ne kyenkyen so enya ne bi a nea apɛte sɛ amare ɛna amare betumi aka sɛ okay ɔnya hwee maame bɛgyina nyɛ yeah but ɔbɛgyina stage na ɔbɔɔyɛ ɛna yɛ tro kan ba na yɛ twabɔ no te sɛ King Promise deɛ yɛ twabɔ no
Yeah.
ɛna make us bia there was something probably that King Promise should have even gotten and ne nsanka ɛna deɛ no contribute na ne performance yɛ tro kan
What you say?
Yo, Mate.
especially for an opening performance.
Mate.
Yeah, because ye nyina e wa.
Nti wohwɛ King Promise deɛ na yɛ ayɛ ti anse a yɛ events ne nneɛma da yɛ nyinaa no ɛdeɛ paa na ɛyɛ wrong work.
Na me kan ya no say the pool was provided.
Because me pool na me hu yɛ no it was good. I saw the pool no Baba Sadiq and no produce.
I don't know about that.
Oh no, the company they produce.
Okay, full
from they produce. Yeah,
Okay.
I think they delivered. Almost parts no.
So swimming pool no.
Yeah.
Me who ni swimming
Me
pool.
pacho
Well, who near, yeah.
Socrates.
Swimming pool na ma.
Socrates.
Enka still are there.
Socrates.
Now, see,
Somebody
we
from
put
that team.
Kwesi,
Kwesi, let me stop him there. No. Somebody from the same team, a year production way no, has come out to issue you on Facebook about performance. Along the line, Uncle you say bibi right up no. Enti
Richie, your friends.
Ricky Tennyson.
Ricky Tennyson.
So it could also be that, like Kwesi Kano, nyame bi wo hɔ a it couldn't happen on the night.
Okay. Yo, Mate. But Kwesi so can be a mema ka me say ono so esi so say ono de pool no. We hu ne ye bia. First I me can you know. Hey, go. Ono so aba no so
maybe there was something more to the pool that could have happened.
Pool no crowd distracting the performance.
But unim Obeka say
Attention more, no attention more there.
Obeka say I need a pool, I need this is one money pool now. Mo your production now. You see you people your production but sometimes
So wait, for all you know, people were supposed to dance in the pool.
Okay,
people were supposed to swim in the pool.
Second about mo standard na.
One more standard.
Enya mo standard no.
Yeah, standard. You know my standard.
No, na be na say na
okay. Do you know my standard?
What's your so I question pool.
Masa, do you know me my standard?
For all you know, so wait. People were supposed to dance in the pool.
Look, there's difference between mediocre
There were supposed to be there were supposed to be some fishes in the pool. They couldn't provide the fish. Tilapia.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing?
Masa, as I'm me say, once upon a time, there was supposed to be a performance.
Yes.
There was supposed to be an organ. Somebody requested for a color of an organ. But are you telling me, say, the sound of the organ, no? Comes out of the color of the organ.
Oh, that is part of the rider.
Me just say,
maybe
for your production.
Maybe a white organ will play better for the person than a black organ will play.
There's some now, okay.
You see, enti me nya bisa white organ.
It's okay.
Me nya white organ. Chale ye chinya ye nya white, but ye nya the same organ no.
Discretion. No, cause on nya. That is the person's discretion. That is what I want.
Because
like I said, there was some time ago, Mariah Carey ride a bar out. And you see before be performing no, or pay 1,000 lilies. I want baby the dressing room. Na and no na or they ye testing ni keka hu na. If you don't get it for her, why can't she won't come? Obiane in your pay.
Okay, my main kind. Now more about Chatter House was I. So this is a story that we just put out. Online says Amare's withdrawal from the TGMA was due to unaligned expectations. Robert Clark. Just hours before the 25th Telecel Ghana Music Awards began, popular American-based Ghanaian artist Amare pulled out of her scheduled performance at the awards. Now, I'm sure saying the money. So, Let me just move on to the part they giving a response to it. So Mr. Robert Clark, head of public event and communications at Charterhouse, shed light on the situation during an interview on HFM. Now, according to him, the cause of Amare's withdrawal was a series of unaligned expectations between the artist and the event organizers. He explained that initially there was a specific request from Amare that was not met. However, this issue was eventually resolved before the main event. Despite this resolution, other undisclosed issues arose, leading to the artist's decision to withdraw from the performance. Quote, I would summarize it as unaligned expectations. Indeed, there was a request that was not met initially, but eventually it was met. Quote continues, says, but then again, beyond that, other things came up, and while working on it, the artist decided to pull out. That was at the beginning, but then before the day, before the final day itself, or before the main event, those things were sorted out. End of quote. Well, could you keep say brofun kwa?
Brofun on a lie. Simply mind to me anya. Near mana o here no. Send your pen no. Munsanka and yet the Ghana event the ASA yeah but the Sama oh massa and yes
Obi swimming pool ne free ne buy yes sir nka ye di
swimming pool ya se mi be ya se
there be yes sir nka di swimming pool buy
say na ni atesanante asema na okay me come experience I also me
massa me so me kan ya minim
o kan ya
yes sir
what can I
say kan se Ghana no. Yes, chinchine no. I'm saying that chinchine no on the part of the artist say.
Next I know na maduma na
there be o can say yes if the Ghana there yes.
Me say many
artists show han say ya show han say ama
so okay maybe say o chinchine no cheche mu say is it a chinchine o cheche mu say
I know the white or
oh man can say no chinchine no chinchine no because say ya chinchine is it say be okay Amare say me pese
and she's demanding too much.
Mumma me A B C D E.
Yes.
Ena chata has want me nya ebi o menya A B.
Yes. Afi ni atena se ye mienu nyina atena se.
Enti menya we nya CD na mame a me mo eno ne chichi na na.
Eno na me ka ne se menya CD no but menya we say na ebetimi aye no ama say eye two parties na atena se.
But CD no be ka ho na be ma me show no.
Yes, but utimi hu so say wudi maduma na kwesi wudi maduma na
me ya ben kwan me hia be me hia tomatoes me hia moko me hia jene me hia nam
enya ben kwan
o say
eno enya ben kwan
den
eno be nkrakra
o senya mana aben kwan
abe wo mu so agba abe
o si onya ana o si wanya
no me say niam me hia niam we
yes
ena so dey be
menya bene pa ma
abenu kra minya menya tomatoes menya moko menya eba ba mi wa mpese mi abenkwan
minia wo pese ya abenkwan ye but unim se ni ade na okom na din ne pese yedidi wo hu ba wo enya abenkwan ya yebetimi enya nkatia
to tine level
enti yebetimi aye nkatenkwan ya na
kom na ede me adome kon yes enya kom na ede me adome kon because so ka se kom dina
ye nyina ye ni se eye ediane ne pese yedi
you are reducing her level.
Hello momo wie no wi ana musoma
eyo kom na enim se din e peduane edi e na o se chinchine echi age sa benkwan e ne yakodwom an ye nya be no e ne ye nya nkate ye ba ye chale ye nya abe o
enya chinchine o e ya be because abenkwan no ne ye be se de ya peprensa
enti da bi nya peprensa e ya benkwan ye di fufu
no nya betre me na me ma wasem no it say enye se e bia ye penkwan bia keke enye se ni abenkwan ke bituma ka se laisu ye ya abenkwan ne de ya papransa enti se pese ya papransa de chinchin se ye nya abenkwan
but yakoye nya be no but aduane ne pese yedi apapransa ye aduane enti minua se be ya ene no ye ni tuo muptuo ne nkatenkwan no what you say no china no ye nya abena ne yedi wo se chinchin nchia
maybe the problem is my analogy.
Your analogy, but analogy baby or the befebia because a performance,
okay,
a performance and ye koye. Near ye good sound. A chire no afedi near my debeka performance no man I look beautiful no.
Na sound no. Near here any good sound.
Yes.
Because nya unim and they say nya unim because
the men can see me because I know production when it comes to
I'm not undermining you, underrating you on it.
Okay.
Me say nya unim and say sound na ebia nya complaining cry is about sound. That I need this particular thing
sound
to make my sound come out well. So that is what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Not say be a winning production.
Okay, yo. And then that one I will give it to her. But me general complainer me mano. It's not about sound. Utie me a ninja make say ni hear any sound no. Nature say we need good sound. Ni baby a good sound for the performance in the you go to every length
because technical rider no basically it has to do with the sound, the lighting, basically.
Okay. Okay. But and I make say
the technical aspect.
And I make say kwesi. Unim say artist performance be across amare ya o. The performance across the world it may not be the same. Last year no. This year ebi a onye enye bi ode be ye this year no enye no obi o use last year ebi a this year crampo abo be 3 shows atoaso enye ma ode ball all the 3 shows may be different enti no saa na ebetimi abase uba a ha stage ne so no enye bi will look different. But meaning say when we go for a performance, the first thing we look out for was good sound.
Maybe so asemo because I'm say teaching comedy idea ye dini say. But tie back when say artists perform on stage so great. And I'm sure you've seen some of the comments and not just people even comment. I feel that Obiti said King Promise at the Ghana Music Awards, the performance no and ko yi kura.
Yeah.
So and I can say 10 max. And it could be say and yet King Promise in film show. But me hianyama A B C D B to make my performance no and kahanka ebi anka ni Stone Boy dey ya born about so ebi asa na nka say but me nsa nka aka dey no and na amanfo bi a mo drink to say secret o nya hwe eduane e kom na dey enti yenko no saa and no akọ na be troka and ebu so we are impressing on yena and teach you I mean event promoters production say sanyama we ya me entoto nase
yeah
me anya no te se na bia okay enya hwe
enya hwe de hu na enya hwe
oh
so
say
when nya ben kwa na din kat
Debbie
enya hwe
me say yeah ko bo nwumu a the most important factor of a nyumono sound. We should not compromise on sound.
Good sound is relative.
It's relative.
You should not compromise on sound.
So mpacho o say who ni say King Promise ni how ni ama ni performance na true kan ni na sound me
yeah
enti why responsibility is it King Promise na sound no so ono no ye ana production house
production enti kwesi me pa cho to boase no tie me a me say the sound come what may should be top notch ni aka ni nyina ya mfiafia ho no na me ka say sometimes we make so much demand say si enya sa mfiafia ho na as if say the performance cannot come on
for that person.
That is what I'm talking of.
For that person may not. So
kwesi me pacho mami more digression kakra ni enyina me pacho me adia kakra mesua when it comes to production uko school production ni me yesua now there was a classic case mama ewo hada Hitchcock ekoye film bi na ose production na okoye no ohia statue bi ohun of France
pacho ya eni den cock
Hitchcock or a film one of the famous directors or production no or insisted say omuma no sa statue no pharmacy set in so and it was the most expensive of France and it took them a hell of time to bring it on the set ye shoot two film no wie a year across the world nobody even paid attention to that yenesi hono nobody paid attention to it. And then they were asking us and I see we are your boy your hookah ebre ya di besi ade we nobody even noticed it. And so shebra wa me abre uko school about these things. Yeah, chere sa ni me nyina economic of production ni me nyina yeah chere.
Socrates.
What you say? And no chere say ehun hia say obe build a very exotic set for a rich person.
Socrates, obi say men country will say.
Oh, nipa no ni view no man.
Socrates, you talking about this thing no? Or say when Alicia Keys featured Usher on Super Bowl, when Alicia Keys featured Usher on Super Bowl, they had to find her that red piano she opened with because she was telling a story. They literally had to get Yamaha USA to paint the red piano for just the 2 minutes performance.
He was telling a story. But Obia on piano be there tell a story.
How do you know?
The story not telling, and at the end of the day, you got the story.
Benna Boy had to.
Can promise no he has swimming pool to tell a story, right?
I no answer. Me but Ubet now. Enemy can't tell you one. Mutima say mutum boas ni mutie nia. Mama example.
Socrates, I just want to point out something to you. Kwesima analogy no or say ye hear aben kwan ne dia ye apapransa.
Yes.
And a war can say ye chia ye nyebi enti make do with this because a comma semne and I want to draw your attention to something. I think say for a long time we've made excuses for nyamebi. Enti if A doesn't happen,
yes,
make do with what we have.
But if we get A, we will do it.
Socrates, let me finish.
Pacho baby, person di nkomo ketwe bi mesamba with mesamba and yaka ba mare enya mare nko ani nyumtuni a wan perform etefo se bia na madwen afisu a na anyumtufo ba bi nsu ho ana nkese on perform se mo kai na sen gospel ya oma ho minister na sen I from Team Eternity. Nice almost perform, almost so many perform, almost the reason, and so bad couldn't man perform. But Sankomo AD, my mama George Quim or the image bureau, ano. Miminda ne kwisia de besin koyi, omu di dwumadie bi, oni April Communications na shoko company omu kabo mu a, omu the Legend of Akusika, omu yi on National Theatre this weekend. Samba Subium, you be San Juan Kakra, but Maminji Kakranfi George, what I'm saying. I'm sure he's been listening. And then Komoya Edi George Mwakaba. Before you be called the Legends of Akusika, I'm sure say you've been listening in Kakra. Well, yeah, Amare and then semi okay this whole thing about production. Now, not your same say, is it Amare no diabo? And I chat as for now, so no more you no kwa. And I'm a dear Nakwa because for 3 years ni Rabe I so be perform. Last year a reason came why I'm a intimate perform because you intimate align home. This year the same thing. There's no alignment. Can no de be a tie achi alignment achi tie no de be a why? Me you adwin check akra.
Quincy, riders are a very integral part of the performance requirements. Now, riders are here can become in various forms. A be a hospitality rider, now, everything actually, journey or mobility. Teach no more hotel, it's journey or mobility hotel. Or besides, show and sign, and also young backstage. Ensure the kind of brand. You might even be surprised that sometimes I think this nearby that shows that ensure what or no. I don't import it free or mindful for also at the back because on no Ghana ensure. If you so say over here particular type of power, over here particular type of scented candles in the kick home. What the and say you want them to perform and give up their best. Almost so better say Numa means here to be able to give up my best. On my own, there have been times that artists have come from Amanone and we have had to go to South Africa to rent sound consoles because sound console are almost required. There have also been times artists we have had to do 2 different setups. And about 3 different setups because if you know drum requirements are different, if you know keyboard requirements are different, if you know even the kind of sound monitors or was stage also are different because almost in a particular way. In the technical right and also they are very, very important things artists don't joke with. But see, it goes further to even the point of accommodation riders. Accommodation riders never show the kind of hotel like what's over them. Sometimes the kind of floor, the kind of suite, the kind of bedding, the kind of lighting conditions in the room, the kind of temperature, it can be outrageous. Transportation rider, and your car from beyond name. They have to come with a particular kind of car. And that the one that a lot of Ghanaian event planners are not even accustomed to or comfortable with yet. A security rider. Security rider, no. Sometimes what you say, it is just for their security. Not a Ghana do be a Debbie. Because it is not about to be no be a it is about the brand and the look of the brand. So every in the hotel room or bar, they want to look a certain way. Hype, and that is what makes that star the star that people want to see on stage at any particular time. And so there be conversations will start. Conversations not start here. If me can say, okay, we opinion. Event plan and say, okay, we me come Nigeria, and I'm go Togo, and I'm go Benin, and I'm Benin Sami Hawani Kasa, and I'm Benin Mr. Franco Kasa, and I'm Benin Black Avenues, Black City Studios, Kasa, and I'm here. We can be able to get the kind of console they are looking for. And so, a membership for events, sometimes a date change or any last minute change, not you're unable to provide. Sometimes the artists can waive it off, and then they would have another requirement. Because from an event planner's perspective, sometimes some of these requirements can be frustrating. I
mean, talking about the fact that yes, few 10 people, audio team, just on one team, just to get everything on point about Bedu. Now getting frustrated from a production team from Charterhouse, Signal Aircore. I'm event producer. Send a tour about the kind of things what they go about in.
There are two issues. It could purely be a management problem. It's going to be a DBA for every event planner, especially the person who is interfacing between the event company and the artist. You need to have some con in your language. Con na make and yet a negative kind of con. So the con artist and our con man. But you need to be able to fight. You need to be able to be convincing. In fact, the word I'm looking for is persuasive. Because that has to be, and the people you are dealing with are human beings. So when you maybe there are ways you can approach them. What artists and their management, any AR4 or whatever it is, hate and they say, wow, you are not getting back to us. We are trying to reach you. You are not minding us. And now you are snubbing us off. Artists don't like to be made to feel that you are doing them a favor. But that is from the artist perspective. From event planners' perspective, no. Event planners also don't want you to take advantage of them to make your statements in a certain country.
How do you align? So you
align by being persuasive, listening to each other, and finding a middle ground. And so that's a middle ground also. What kills that middle ground is pressure. I do not know how this conversation went, but what shared the period within which Amari wrote this. Now, time was not on either party side.
April no, enough.
And time was not enough on either party. Amari requirements, no. Charter of for sure, actually, the time at which you are asking for this thing, there is no way I can provide. But we see a statement now, also Robert, and I can say even later on, they were able to provide. But the question is, provided and the artists they fully out there. What can break that negotiation or break that middle ground at a time? Say, may artists not feel say, hey, I do to rehearse with this thing. So that the gods are not the legend of Apuski and the lead character. No, there was a sudden in the beginning. No, there's something that they say from that takes them up 5 feet, a far almost from 2 feet, and it rises them up. Nipana is true height, Sakura. About 2 of the people who were supposed to be raised fear height, Sakura. It's not about saying no. They need to get this thing to rehearse with it before the day of production, and yes, they will not get on it. And some of these things you have to rent them. And when you are renting them, you rent them by day. Into my budget. No matter the requirements they are making. But yes, it makes sense what they are saying. It's the Nipana Airbound territory for the first time. There are certain requirements that they request they might have made. And they need it within a certain time frame. If you don't make it available for them to check it, test it, and be comfortable with it, they may panic and pull out.
Okay.
Sometimes when they pull out, it is not out of disrespect for you. It is out of saving their brand image.
All right.
Because the Wu run territory for the first time, yes, the first impressions are always the best. If you need to make a statement and a big statement.
God willing, Saturday. You be come on, we'll call you. Then you make some of these input. But for now, I just want us to get to Yanko, the Legends of Akusika. Last weekend, yes, the first showing. By first showing, I mean Saturday and Sunday, Muyi. And yes, great reviews so far, and it's coming off this weekend again.
It is coming off this weekend again, Frequency. National Theatre, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Saturday and Sundays. But Brakwesi, my men my dreams to say the gods are not to blame. You have 13 runs that there be. This one is having only these 8 runs. Now after these 8 runs, we are resting it for a very long time because we need to quickly start preparing for our next play, which is the marriage of Anansawa. In after this weekend, the legend of Africa is resting. In Brakwesi, this weekend there is going to go very epic. Fortunately, we were also stifled a little bit by the size of the Ghana Music Awards. Equipment-wise, they are kicking on. Now your suppliers will be more Ghana Music Awards.
Okay.
So we couldn't get a lot of the things that we wanted. But even with them, the reviews have been great. You can imagine now that we have everything at our disposal. This weekend will be mind-blowing.
I'm sure people who are listening, I'm call the first show, will not be happy the way I see can't say me, George. They will not be happy at all because
some of these things happen. But the changes will not be much.
Okay.
It is just that some of the effects will be executed a lot better. Last weekend, what we did was actually magic. But this weekend, everything is in place as it should be. There was, aside the snake, there was something else that we wanted. At the end, Afina Bidru, it was not coming from Accra. Afina Bidru, but
he who laughs best. It was good that I was not there last weekend.
It was good. But because another Samabidu showed true professionalism. Because at the very first showing, another Samabidu encountered a little accident. What was the National Theatre? The orchestra pit. The orchestra pit, when it sings about 7 to 8 feet down. Accidentally, another Samabidu fell into the pit.
Wow.
So then he had a 7-foot fall. To be able to still get up and know that he had a very integral role to play in the play. In the first aid, he applied first aid in the there was no broken bones there. Some of us were, because not technically, instantly, I rewrite the script so that we'll take him out. But the gentleman insisted, certainly, he knows people are paid to see him, and he would deliver despite the accident. It is the mark of a true professional. The accident was unfortunate, but some of these things do happen. But he did very well despite everything. Emma, to the shock of all of us, he even managed to make his injury a part of his story that he was telling in the play. And for somebody who is not a trained stage performer, we were all surprised. My young boy,
Commiseration. And so, your ticket Nibia.
I'm more ticket Nibia, your website, www.imagebureaugh.com. And also offer a USSD code now, and only a *714*11*21# ticket Nibi. And this weekend will be great. This weekend is one of the match knows so himself. He was there for the first show to mark and give his corrections. We've inculcated some of those corrections as suggested by the playwright himself. Fortunately, we wrote about 3 new things to add to it. He loved all the new things that we added. This weekend will be epic. He will be there himself. We'll do the honor as deserved by the man. Come and be a part of this memorable occasion. This is the true definition of epic. Story, it was a very straightforward story. But what we've done to it, she'll let you know that it's not the legend of Africa that you know. We've owned the story. And we are giving Ghanaians a taste of true Ghanaian culture and art.
George, thank you very much indeed. Your time. George Quay of Image Bureau on April Communications, the legends of Akuska. I'm sure it's a weekend. Yambra wrap up. I'm sorry, so I'm sure Nyame Eche Nkwani Ahodia Memenda will continue with our conversation and come on back to us. So okay, quickly, just let's wrap up now, Yanko.
With the say quickly because I know the fall of Anoda Samwabedu.
It's not the end of the legends of Akuska. The fall of Anoda Samabedu is not the end of the legends.
It's not the end,
yes.
But it's a proof. Adiaba kwa maka Obia Nkonkoshe say play we last before me start me say Obia Nkonkoshe when akwa we ni okasa George Quay I can't say Anoda Obem me can't say George Quay. I don't think you like Arnold as a friend. And I would advise Arnold to take good care of himself.
Why is it that people that are close to you, everything that they do, you try to add
because me can't know.
Which one is no cre?
No cre say Arnold, look, how can an actor who a plane a juma dear, yes, unim ye, you are not an actor. George aforce wa convince wa si brabeji na stage so ya two fu nyina.
Why is it that people that are close to you every time? Why do you do that?
Why do I speak the truth?
Which one is the truth?
The truth.
Now can
Socrates,
cry and
he's a
intro.
good actor.
Now can cry and intro.
Socrates, or
you
you're
don't
a
say
good
truth.
actor.
Please,
And
whether he's a good
accidents
actor
happen
or
on
not,
set.
come and watch the show.
Okay.
And then oba be show obi obe waka ko hwe bia obe feel say and or the good actor no bra beju sika wo me ho.
All right. Mami, read me meet you.
Me patcho, like George said, no, weekend, it will run again.
Unya de ma me mo abasoda. Oksi obi a obe me wo ya de aje. O ya de ma me mo abasoda.
I won't say anything. Ni American makenwie.
Oh, Jawa Sem.
Ni American makenwie into the own tia sia.
Akusika air running for the last time. It was National Theatre, Saturday and Sunday, and congratulations to Events Vendors Association and a year launch 2024 EVAC Awards no.
Okay.
And a little workshop or
right.
Congratulations to everybody.
Okay. And Kojokin, bring where?
Yeah, and you know, we kind of say Ghana for musicians, you know, yeah, almost stick to our riders, you know. Now, performance now, one out ding a babeda a drasso. So compromising so now, then, organizers, no, I form when the totro. Sunday, so, yeah, the King Paluta call Aquatia stream pub or boy Juma Gide pa anti. More Buadu Academia, the Adenia Vesia.
No, so, and you know, what two are there? I said, I'm paying in your manner.
Sunday rainy.
So, I hate it.
That's all. That's all.
I hate it.
Because I said, oh, yeah, there are no different versions. Oh, dear.
And the rider.
A lack of, you see, like planning, crafting, everything.
Well, me modi me fuane so. You see.
Me say lack of now there's all so once I'm making the over before so
there be
lack of planning.
Wo hate you ni no. Go on the stage.
Who said that? One catch say I hate you ni. I talking about just plan the thing and execute something. I mean, and you be on the way here, you know. Father said the friend say. Rap father. On any year, you could even do that version as opening. Yeah. I'm saying you could do. So it's about what do you
show that?
Why?
But I could be or UK.
Me share the show that.
Because we share the show.
And then me show my head no one sem near kana.
Oh,
can't sure be here what we
between on production on your request for.
And then I mean who ya anko ye na make what's the problem?
The only go for request.
No, the production.
And then you should go and take King Promise ni sure why then we should come and talk about
because for this one no for this one
we are talking about
production no omo can say person
better anko ye aden
anko ye no a difference any we can say nyum we
pe no nyum we na o kan no onum say artist no so wo authority so bet me aka say they said and I don't want to believe say that is what happened.
I'm not saying that the artists don't have choice. I don't have a say.
I'm coming because Sean choice there. Most of them say artists, no. I just say, below. So this particular song,
but say you don't know whether he was built to come and do that song.
Me na me come asem cry. Ma come with you. Ma come with you. Me so me come with you. Fi dem ma ba be asem na me kan. Ya pon cry. Mo sorry.